Hey y'all. Today felt led to pull some cards for some messages for from spirit. Hey. After this live today, I will be doing my lives on my other account, Third Eye Enchantments. Today I am going to get some general messages. Thank you. Good morning. Good rising, rather, because we're not in morning. There is no death when we arise to life. So that's why I say good rising. No judgment at all for what you say. Yes, I really feel led to see what the energy is for the collective when it comes to Mars going into retrograde in Aries. I think it's up until from today until October 2nd. Mars is retrograde in Aries. From what I understand about it, because I'm not an astrologer, this is a time to look over why we do our actions, why we choose to do what we do, what are our intentions going forward. But since Mars is in retrograde, and that's usually the planet of action, that's my personal interpretation of it. And I've already been feeling the effects myself, honestly. So I've been doing a lot of reflection. Yesterday it felt really weird. It felt like I was a character in a video game, but I was in the wrong video game. It was so weird. So we'll keep it try and keep it short and sweet. Okay. So let's see, messages for the collective for Mars retrograde in Aries. Another thing that is coming to mind right now is there's going to be a lot of people trying us in this time. There's going to be, the conflicts will arise so that you can, or we can, conflicts will arise so that we can see whether we have grown from the last time we had conflict. Conflicts will arise to test our boundaries. And you know me, I am huge on boundaries, I fully believe, hold on, let me flip this. I fully believe that the quickest way to self-realization, self-awareness, and loving self is first boundaries with ourselves. What do we allow ourselves to do? What do we say to ourselves? What do we speak into our lives? How do we care for ourselves and respect our own boundaries? And then also, how once we have created boundaries with ourselves, how then do we use that to create boundaries with other people? Because until we know what we will tolerate and what we will accept, and I don't really like to say tolerate, because tolerating things is more like you don't really want it to happen, but you're taking it. I'm saying things that you can accept. How will you accept yourself? What do you accept from yourself? And then what will you accept from others in exchange of that energy, right? So, yeah, all right. I think that's gonna be the theme here. So, collective messages for, well, Jesus. Normally I would just take these, but I'm trying to spend more time, be more intentional. Collective messages for Mars going retrograde, Mars retrograde in Aries. Collective messages, clear and concise messages for Mars retrograde in Aries. Oh, start here. So we've got Queen of Wands, which is a fantastic energy when it comes to, this is definitely Aries, Mars energy, fiery ass energy all up in here. How are we as a collective, how as a collective are we owning our actions and thoughts behind our actions? How are we are you owning your shit? Are you owning your shit? Are you being accountable for your choices? Because you're a ruler, obviously. You hold the staff, the Ace of Wands, in your hand. Are you going to choose to be petty with it? Are you going to use your powers for good, or are you going to use them for evil in this sense? Because this energy is going to be quite like, I just heard dumpster fire. It can either be a dumpster fire, or it can put pressure in order to create diamonds. So with the Three of Coins coming out, the Three of Pentacles, how are you aligning? How are we? Let me stop saying you. I really don't like you statements. I prefer I and we statements. So how are we putting in the work in our physical world with the Pentacles, with the energy of our thoughts and our what we really desire in our hearts? How are we using that energy in order to create our reality? And this feels like an energy of like becoming in alignment with self, becoming in alignment with your reality, and then aligning your reality with yourself. We all have different perspectives. We all have different beliefs on what reality should be. And honestly, this whole matrix that we're in right now is wild as fuck. So it's less about production and what we can make, rather how we are going to do the process. The process of alignment is honestly, to a degree, more important than alignment itself, it feels like. Because if we are simply isolating ourselves from other people, if we are continuing in the same behaviors, then alignment is not going to happen. You can't keep driving around a car that's not aligned and just wishing that your car was aligned and then expecting it to get done. No, you gotta take it to the shop, pay the man to do the shit, or do it yourself. Either way, there's work involved. There has to be work done right now. Going into the next moon. I believe the next full moon is at the beginning of October, which is when retrograde ends. So how can we align ourselves during this retrograde with our hearts? And it's not the Queen of Hearts, but with our actions. It feels like some relationships are going to get tested here too. Yeah, okay. Let's do clear and concise messages for Mars in retrograde in Aries for the collective. Hello. Collective messages for Mars retrograde in Aries. Clear and concise messages, please give me for Mars retrograde in Aries. The Emperor in reverse. Whoa. there's some crumbling going on. There are some structures and institutions that are globally about to collapse. Woo! Woo! Okay. Woo. Hold up. Can you clarify the Emperor in reverse, please? Ooh. Hold up. I'd like to make sure. Hello? Can you please clarify the Emperor in reverse? Clarify the Emperor in reverse, please. Ooh. Clarify the Emperor in reverse. Clarify the Emperor in reverse. Okay. Sheesh. All right. So we got a lot out here. Oh, I just have to. So, clarified by the sun, there's about to be a lot of revelations coming up that we really literally cannot ignore. There's truths to be revealed. There is, like, the tea is fucking hot. Like, oh my god, I'm literally seeing a teapot boiling and just screaming. Like, things are at their boiling point. And as the sun illuminates the work, again, that must be done. And this is the actual work. The Three of Coins is more of the preparation for the work. This is work inspired collaboration, inspired collaboration. There's going to be a lot more of our communities coming together in Seven of Wands energy, and with these collaborations, there's going to be victories won by collaborating with others. When it comes to the election, I know that there's a lot of back and forth about whether voting is even something that is necessary because the game is rigged. I am mixed feelings on it personally. However, what I am hearing is that there is going to be a push for communities to start self-regulating themselves. There is going to be a push after the empire crumbles with the truths that will be revealed. The community is going to have to collaborate so that we can find victory. The community must collaborate in order to find victory. We have to start taking care of our own communities. That even means when it comes to like I'm in the sex worker community, right? That's my personal, I support and do my best to do what I can in that circle and in that space, and that's what we're being called to do. We're being called to apply what we know in our feelings as well, and our emotions, so that we can find our tribe. This is the time to find our tribe and to put down the focus on differences, because shit is going to fucking hell, first of all. Knight of Swords and Knave of Wands out together, cutting through the bullshit, slicing through deception. There's going to be some defensiveness going forward, because we're all going to have our guards up. Keep your guard up. This is going to be a time where boundaries, as I was saying earlier, will be tested. People are going to start waving their shit around. Some people are going to be receiving new messages either intuitively. There's going to be some those with their empathic abilities are going to start blossoming with this energy, because it's hermit mode time. It's time to find the light within. Find the light within. Shine that light outward so that you can see who else is also shining the light. Walk towards the light. I promise you it's not a train about to come and hit you. Okay? Shine your light so that others may see. Because Otherwise, how are people going to find you? And that's even in business. Like if you're in business mode right now, during this retrograde, now is the time to just think about it. Now, remember, Knights and Knave energy is before the action, the contemplation of what's about to come out. And if you're in business and you're collaborating, you might have to go into hermit mode before you start working with people, which will bring, and there's also Two of Coins energy. So going into hermit mode will help bring balance to the coins, bring balance to your everyday life. Every harvest comes during a period of rest. Retrogrades, I sincerely believe, are a period of rest and reflection. How can I feel the energies happening and hold on and experiencing them without acting upon them until the time is right? And then flipped out, the King of Cups came out at the very end. This is enjoying the fruits of labor, is what I'm feeling of this. Like, oh, yes, life is good. Be grateful for what's already in your cup. Remember that you are royalty through all of this. Keep your royalty-minded consciousness of who you are at the forefront during this retrograde. Because with the Emperor in reverse, you know what I'm saying? I just heard two different things. One, it's lonely at the top, which means when you're striving towards becoming a king or a queen, there is a period where you have to get away from people. Not everyone should be able to touch you. Not everyone should be able to bathe in your aura. Not everyone deserves that. So there can be tears when it comes to letting go of things and people and places that used to fill our cup, but now maybe not so much. Allow yourself to move forward. Allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to still rule while resting. You know what I'm saying? The planning process is part of the success. The planning is more important than the action, because there is no action without planning. So, yeah. That's the message from me to you today. I pray for peace and blessings for all of you. I pray that your Wednesday and the rest of your week and the rest of your year be blessed. Try not to sabotage. I'm going to say this again. Do not sabotage your blessings seeking validation from others about your blessings. Okay? Y'all be blessed.